come over here, this is probably already going to be set up. It may or may not be. But, okay. It should already be set up. Yeah. Once you log in on your account, Logger Pro will show up on the desktop. Okay. So what we want to do is, if this isn't already plugged in to the Lab Pro, then go ahead and plug it into one of the channels. Okay. It doesn't matter which one, just plug it in. And what that does when you log into Logger Pro, it's going to detect that this sensor is up. So you have a gas sensor, you're going to have a syringe, you got Logger Pro in the computer, and that's the material, so you know you're going to have that on there. Procedure. So the procedure for this is we're going to go ahead and turn on Logger Pro. This is already plugged in. So you go over here, Logger Pro is right on the desktop. Okay. And at this point, we take the syringe, we're going to set it to 10 milliliters. On here, 10 milliliters. So realize also that there's some gas in here. We'll talk about that in a second. But you use the black ring on the top of this. That's where you're going to have your mark. Okay, it's the black ring on that plunger. Okay. So we have it set at 10. We're now going to attach it. So would you agree that the air in here is the same as the air that's in here? Yes. Okay. Yes. So I'm going to attach it on here by just putting it on the end and then screwing it. As soon as you feel it catch, turn it a half turn more, and that's it. Don't crank this thing down, just half turn, okay? It just has to create a seal, and that's it. So we got a seal. Okay, now I'm going to try and stay in order with the steps here. So the next thing is to get this to Boyles' law. So we go over here, and it says to go to the folder. In the upper left-hand corner, there's a folder, a yellow folder. So you click on that, double click on that, and that brings up a window. You go down to Chemistry with Vernier, double click on that, and then go to Boyles' Law. And it'll reset this graph for Boyles' Law to show volume and pressure. The problem is that the pressure is set in kilopascals. It usually defaults back to that. So we go to atmospheres by going to the very top. You go File, Edit, and then you go to Experiment. Click on Experiment, go down to Change Units, scroll over, and then down to Atmospheres. And so now we're set into atmospheres. And you're getting a reading right now, okay? Because it's reading the gas that's in here. Okay, so jump down near the bottom of number 3 where it says, however, the volume is not the total volume of the trapped air in the system, since there's a little bit of air basically in here. So whatever volume you input on the veneer ware, add 0.8 of a milliliter to it. So even though this says 10, I actually have 10 plus the 0.8 that's in here, so 10.8. Okay? And you'll see what I mean when I talk about inputting that. All right, turn this over and go to number 4. At this point, we're ready to start. So we're going to click Collect. There's a Collect button at the very top, green button. So you're going to click Collect. And then after a little bit, a little red dot's going to show up. Now this graph automatically defaults to 10 milliliters. But we're not at 10. We're just near it. Okay? So that you're going to have to change. How we change that is every time you want to keep a data point, you go up to the button that says Keep. We're going to click on Keep, and a window pops up, and it says Volume. Then it has red in milliliters. You input. Right now I'm at 10 point what? 10.8. So I'm putting 10.8 in here. And then hit OK, and it now collects the point and graphs it. Okay, so in your lab notebooks, you're going to have a T-table like this with volume on one side, pressure on the other. You have to handwrite that table. Okay? So we just collected the first